with the Ellis team at RE/MAX. It's a family affair. Always call the Ellis team, they'll handle you with care.
Hello and welcome to the future of real estate. I'm Brent Ellis of the Ellis team at RE/MAX. You can always reach us at 239-489-4042, and don't forget our website, which is topagent.com. Today I wanted to bring you our February 2014 State of the Market Report, and we do have year-end numbers from last year, so we want to give you a snapshot of where we are, where we're going, what's going on in the market today, and then next month we'll start to bring you 2014 numbers. So let's just jump right in here. Okay, so I want to give you a comparison of where prices have been going back to 2009. 2009 we bounced along the bottom of the market, but you can see a steady increase starting in about 2011, and here's where we are today. We're off our highs just a little bit mid-year of 2013, but each season you can kind of see we start to bounce up. So we're going to wait and see what happens this season, 2014. We ended up about up 28% over last year. Now, I'd like to take a look at what's going on the median and then the mean average. Our mean average numbers are up about to 269,000, while our median is right at 177,000. But they kind of have been working pretty much in unison. So some of the high dollar volume will affect the mean average, and the median average, the definition of that is half the sales over and half the sales are under. So it kind of gives you a good parameter. If we sell a $3 million listing, it won't skew the numbers as much, but really the numbers aren't skewed. That data is kind of moving in tandem together. So that's a pretty good snapshot. Here's a look at the homes closed, and we ended on an upswing in December, although pending sales are down. So I wouldn't be surprised to see January, February sales down just because there weren't as many pending sales in December, but that's another graph. Anyway, as you can see, our numbers have been holding fairly steady, but we just don't have the inventory to sell, so we're not expecting to light the world on fire with the number of sales. If we could get some more inventory, we'd probably sell a little bit more. Here's the graph everyone wants to look at, is where do we end up for the year? And this is the average for the year. And I call this the shark graph because our market got swallowed up and eaten by like a shark after 2015. So I kind of feel like it's a Shark Tank or something. And then you can see we fell precipitously down to about 2009. We hit a median average of 90,400 in 2009. But we are back on the upswing, and we're up to about 168,000 median average for the year. So that's where we stand. Let's take a look at listing inventory. It's been fairly constant. We're down a little bit from where we were last year. And last year, we didn't have enough inventory. So that's why I say, don't look for us to set the world records on fire in terms of number of sales, because we just don't have the inventory. And a trend I'm seeing is there's a lot of sellers on the market, and some of them are overpriced. So they're not going to sell. So the real actual inventory, because to my way of thinking, if you're priced over the market, you're not really on the market. So a percentage of these aren't really on the market. They're not really available to sell. So we have low inventory. We could really use some more. Here's our inventory numbers, and I broke it down by price range. If you've got a home that's worth less than $50,000, we've got less than 3 months supply of inventory. Same thing for under $100,000. Once you go to 100 to 150, we've got about a 3.61 month supply of inventory. Nothing major starts happening here until you get, because this is like a normal market, all the way up through 300,000. Once you start getting 300 to 400,000, we start to get 7.83 months supply of inventory. That begins to become a normal to a buyer's market. And then if you've got $1 million listing here, we've got almost a 3 months or 3 year supply of homes on the market. So that's kind of scary. And what that tells me is if you've got $1 million plus listing, you need to price it, competitive. So yours is the next one to sell. You don't want to wait 3 years to sell. Same thing here in the 600 to million range. We've got about a 16-month supply of homes on the market. So you have to ask yourself, if you've got a $700,000, $800,000 listing, do I want to be the next home to sell, or maybe one of the next few homes to sell, or do I want to sit back and price it middle of the pack or at the high end, and then it'll take me 16 months to sell if it ever sells, and that's assuming no other homes come on the market. So that's just kind of where we are with the listing inventory. So sellers kind of get a kick out of that by looking where they are on the map, and it's an eye-opener, and they say, wow, you know, it's just a question of how soon do you want to sell, how competitive you want to be in your price range. I want to share you a couple other little graphs here that I find interesting. Back in 2009, we had about a 70% cash rate. So these buyers were basically investors, and regular buyers were competing with investors. That's not necessarily a good thing. It kept our market afloat, but you know, we didn't have extra capital coming into the market. Now what you're seeing is we are below 50%, and we have been for a little while. That means banks are starting to lend again. And as the prices go up, you're getting less investors and more users, more single-family home users, and that's always a good thing. The other thing I'd like to draw to your attention, it's down closer to the end of this graph here, is look at back in, I think this is around 2009, we had about 20-some% traditional sale in the orange here. And look at all the foreclosures and then the short sales. The short sale market blossomed, you know, we got bigger. The foreclosures came down, and over time, look at this. We're doing less short sales. We have had a little bit of pickup in foreclosures, but not too bad. But look at the traditional sales. We are hovering right around 70%. So that's good for our market. You can tell our market is recovering. We've got less cash in the market, more banks financing, more traditional sales versus those distressed sales, and our prices have come up. So you can see we're in a really good position right now. Going forward, we're going to be watching interest rates, unemployment, the overall economy, the housing market up north. So a lot of factors, but right now here in sunny Southwest Florida, things are looking up and up, and things are looking really good, and we want to keep that trend continuing. You've been watching The Future of Real Estate, presented by the Ellis team at RE/MAX. If you want to search the MLS, just remember our website, topagent.com. If you want to talk to our friendly, happy staff, give us a call. We're easy to talk to, 239-489-4042. And if we can help you with your real estate needs, it would be our pleasure. And thanks for tuning in.
With the Ellis team at RE/MAX, it's a family affair. Always call the Ellis team, they'll